and welcome to Spotlight on Newcastle County, which features all things Newcastle County, Delaware. I'm your host, Melody Kitchen. You never know who we're going to talk to or where we're going to visit. For today's show, I'm pleased to welcome Councilman John Cartier, Councilman Bob Weiner, and Carrie Corbin from Community Services, who are all here to speak about the county's famous holiday open house at Rockwood Museum and Park.
Thank you so much for being here today, everyone. And to begin with, I would just like to ask you all, when and where will the holiday open house actually take place this year?
It is coming up, actually. So I know Thanksgiving's here, but we're going to be in the holiday season right away. So it is not this weekend, next weekend. Starts December 4th on the Friday. It's December 4th, 5th and 6th at Rockwood Museum and Park.
Okay. And just for those out there who might not be familiar, what's the best way for them to get to Rockwood Museum and Park?
Well, we are at the corner of Shipley Road and Washington Street Extension, and that's just north of Wilmington. And so the best way, if you're coming on 95, it's exit 9 off of 95, which is the Marsh Road exit. And there's actually brown signs. You can follow the signs, museum signs to the museum. You can also, so that's a good way. And so it's really easy to get to right off of the highway. And we actually have a partnership with DART this year, so you can also take bus number 11. We'll get you right there to the front gate, and you can come and walk through the lights and all up to the festivities.
And it does take place. It takes place next weekend, but it also takes place twice after that.
Well, it's just one weekend, but it's 3 days in a row.
Okay.
Yes. So on Friday and Saturday, it's in the evening from 6 to 9. And on Sunday, we do it in the afternoon from 1 to 4.
Okay. And also, Councilman Weiner, I know that you were involved with some very interesting events that have occurred at Rockwood. Would you mind telling our audience a little bit about that?
Yes, in my younger days, I had some chances to perform there. Of course, I served on the Rockwood board from 1984 to 1996 when I was elected. And when we had the ice cream festival, I was the host of the Victorian Baby Parade. And it was an opportunity for me to interact with the kids, and everybody ended up winning something. It was a chance for me to interview the young ladies and lads and make everyone feel as they were participating. I also enjoyed, with my barbershop quartet, Christmas caroling at Rockwood at those times of years, and I'm now singing with the jazz choir at the Delaware Music School, so perhaps we'll be back there in some opportunity to sing in the future.
Now, I know that the holiday open house is one of the biggest events at Rockwood that takes place. And this happens rain or shine, is that correct?
Yeah, the crowd shows up, whether it's raining or not raining.
Right. And also, I know that, so the lights will be on no matter what. Can you tell us a little bit about the actual lighting, the Christmas tree lighting?
The lights at Rockwood in the park are actually done by staff, Rockwood staff and volunteers. We get troves and troves and troves of volunteers that come through that hang all those beautiful lights up at Rockwood. Led by Dina Kirk, our horticulturist there, who's amazing. So all of the beautiful stuff that you're going to see at Holiday Open House outside is all Dina. And so yeah, they hang them. They start in October, and they hang them up, and they are on. They officially go on the 4th, and then they stay on through the beginning of January. So they'll be on even after the Holiday Open House for you to come and walk through and drive through and enjoy the display.
Okay. And I know, so there are things that take place both in the mansion and also in the carriage house. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things people can expect to see when they attend?
Well, it's a huge, huge, huge event. So we do museum tours in the museum of the holiday display. And then we also have free photos with Santa that are in the museum. So you come through and you sit. We have fantastic Santa comes. It's fantastic Santa. And you get a free photo. You actually get a photograph. You can actually take a picture of on your own if you really want to. And then we have ton of live music and entertainment. We have more this year than we have in years, and so we have live music in the museum. It's usually smaller groups, so we'll have a choral group with a guitar quintet, duos, things like that happen in the museum. Harp music, really pretty, so you can walk through and enjoy that. All live music. We have a lot of music outside. We have choirs and again brass quintets, which are I am a big brass quintet for the holidays kind of person. That's where I go. Naja Nicole, who just was on The Voice, will be
Right.
back performing for us this year. And then the Carriage House, we have the School Rock is coming back. We have Imagination Players. We have 2 ballets this year. The Delaware Arts Conservatory is doing excerpts from their production of The Snow Queen, and which is their traditional holiday production. And then the Wilmington Ballet Academy of the Dance is going to be doing some excerpts from The Nutcracker, which is their
Wow.
holiday production. And Catherine Simonello Dance School, Satalia de Mexico Dancers. The list goes on and on. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody huge. Oh, University of Delaware Children's Choir
Right.
is going to be there as well. And Mount Pleasant High School, just about almost all of their ensembles will be out at some point during the weekend.
Oh, wow.
I know. So it's really all about live and local entertainment and just celebrating with our community the holidays.
No, I know one of the things that the kids look forward to the most is the reading of Twas the Night Before Christmas. And I know that both of our council people and County Executive Gordon have read that. Why do you think that's so important for the children?
Well, it's really befitting the Rockwood Mansion. It was a mansion built in the 19th century, and Clement Moore's poem was composed and became a literary sensation in that time period. So it's very appropriate that we read it at Rockwood. And I can tell you that I think it's an activity that many children today don't get to experience. Someone actually reading in a dramatic fashion a famous Victorian Christmas tale. And I can tell you that people are riveted when we recite it, especially when I get up there and go through my enthusiastic performance of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." And it has special relevance for the area because, just to draw a parallel historically, right up the road in Claymont at the Darley House, Felix Darley was the illustrator for Clement Moore for Santa Claus. So he made the first modern depiction of Santa Claus, illustrating the famous poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." So it has special meaning for
And I didn't
for
know
me,
that.
for me as well. And I'm sure Bob can talk about that as well.
I enjoy getting the kids involved, and reading is such a wonderful experience, not only for the listener, but for the reader as well. And you make the pictures and the words come alive for the kids. So it's a tradition they'll grow up with, and they'll want to take their kids back to do it as well.
One of the other things I wanted to mention was, I know that they are having the tours of the mansion, and you can go through and walk from the mansion through down to the Carriage House, and I think they have cider or hot
Yes.
chocolate
Oh,
for the
yes.
kids.
We have hot cocoa and cookies, and so we have snacks. So you can have snacks. And this year, and this is going to be particular people who are very familiar with our event, we are covering more of the Santa line. The Santa line has a tendency to kind of come out of the building a little bit. And when it's drizzly, it can be a little miserable. But actually, we're going to be covering more of that line, and we're going to have entertainment right there. So like the snacks and the entertainment. So you're being treated really well in the Santa line.
So it's not that the kids have to wait and wait and wait.
But the tradition, that's really what this is all about. And going back to talking about Twas the Night Before Christmas, I've worked for the county for almost, it's going to be my 17th year next year, if you can believe that. I just went over my 16th year. And I worked at Rockwood for a lot of those years, and I never got sick of hearing the story read, ever.
No.
And ever, I always like to be in there at least once during the weekend when it's read. And because they're different kids, and it really is. It's so evocative of the weekend, and it's just fantastic.
If I could just add, I recall Corey and I at Christmas time in front of the main door at Rockwood, and this was in 2001. So there's the first picture that I posted to bobwider.com is a picture of Corey and me, and I'm wearing my top hat.
I think that may have been the first year. So we're about our 14th, 15th year into the Holiday Open House. So a lot of good
So
memories.
it's very traditional.
Very traditional.
So one of the most important things that I wanted to touch on was, the volunteers that come to the event and that really make it work.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'll talk a little bit about that. I think it's actually the secret of our events. We have some really dedicated county workers who come in, volunteer their time, and it's exceptional for us because it allows us, they really become specialists. So it allows us to kind of run a lean machine. but that we cannot do this event at all without all the community volunteers that we have. So we have volunteer groups, high schools that come in and they play the costume characters and the elves and Frosty and everything that come out, and then they help us do our cameras and make sure that we get the pictures out to people, and help with the craft room and help with everything. And so we could not do without without what we call community volunteers.
Right.
And there's always volunteers opportunities available. So you just need to call 395-5600 if you're interested, and just say you're interested in volunteering for events.
What was that number again?
395-5600. That's the main Newcastle County Community Services line, and we can hook you up if you're interested at all. But they're fantastic, and it's so much fun. And we've actually had high school kids who've done it for like all through high school if they were in a volunteer corps, and they will come back afterwards. We just have a lot of unique opportunities in the county to do some really cool, fun volunteer things. So whatever it is that you're into, but if you happen to be into dressing up like a snowman, we got a job for you, for sure. And so we just like to have fun. Everybody has fun, and it's great because so many people come through, and it's so clearly a part of their family holiday tradition that it's a great event to be a part of.
And does that play into the food drive? Because you said that there was a food drive
There
as well.
is. Being actually it's not the last event that we have in our event season, but it's pretty close. We have a cluster of events, and we do at all of our events that we do in the holidays, we collect non-perishable foods that we donate to local food pantries and things like that. And we also, at Rockwood specifically, we also collect hats and gloves and scarves that we actually decorate a special tree. It's called the Giving Tree, and we also give those to local charities. Nice. Just because, everybody traditionally kind of takes a moment to remember everybody. People are so generous. It's always really nice to see. We set boxes up around, and we have community volunteers running around helping us collect everything. But it really warms my heart because not only is it just a reflection of the season, but I do think it's a reflection of people's appreciation of all the events that we do throughout the year. And this is their opportunity to kind of give back, to help us give back to the community by kind of giving back to us. And so it's the one time of year that we ask people, and they are so generous. So yeah, we're collecting non-perishable foods, and as I said, hats and gloves and mittens. Pretty much at any event that you come to, but especially Holiday Open House, but any event that you come to during the holiday season that we're doing.
And I really think that's great also to teach kids a little bit about giving and not just taking on the holiday season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the event really is, it's essential for bringing children and their parents together and, enjoying the holiday spirit. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, and I think, first of all, Rockwood is the flagship county park asset, and of course Bob and I are biased, but it truly is a beautiful mansion and carriage house, and the grounds are beautiful. And the aspect of our holiday event that I think is so wonderful as well, there is no charge to the public to come and attend.
Right.
So in these tough economic times we're facing, with a lot of families stressed, they can come to a very family-friendly event that is no charge to them, easily accessible, and really enjoy a plethora of incredible holiday activities, from music to the dramatic reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, tour the mansion, get to see Santa.
And again, this is a mall quality Santa. I can't, seriously, the experience that we had last year with my daughter was so spectacular that it really was. It was amazing. So, I'm gonna cry.
One of the things that I especially enjoy, sort of having fun with the audience when I do the reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, I say to the folks at the end of that, I said, thank you for coming to Rockwood, and I want to ask you a question. Who owns Rockwood?
Oh, wow.
And people look at me, and I said, you own it. It is a public asset, and we are stewards on behalf of the public. And I know Bob and I, as public servants, take that role very seriously.
Right.
And we're so glad for community services, the excellent job that you do in producing this really just fantastic holiday, sensational event. And it's accessible to all of our residents, no matter where they are, and easily affordable to the point of being Free.
Yeah,
So,
it was a great evening.
It just was a wonderful experience, and it's a high point of my year as well.
Oh yeah,
to be
yeah,
there.
it's nice. It's great.
Now, would you mind reiterating for our audience one more time just when and where
Sure.
it will take place?
Sure. So Holiday Open House is it's going to be Friday, December 4th, Saturday, December 5th, and Sunday, December 6th. It's 6 to 9 on Friday and Saturday, and 1 to 4 on Sunday. And it's at the Rockwood Museum and Park, which is just off the Washington Street extension. So if you're putting it into a GPS, you would dial in 4651 Washington Street extension. But it is just south of Shipley Road on the Washington Street extension is where our entrance is. And you just come on up. Parking is on site. Parking is free.
Okay.
You just come through, and you can just decide how you want to approach the evening. I actually forgot to mention, I do want to give a plug. Hagley Museum is actually doing all of our crafts this year. They're doing the craft room. I'm not going to spoil the craft, but it is awesome. And so we also are really big into making these partnerships so we can really have added value to the event. And so we're getting, well, I was going to say we're getting good at that, but we are getting better at that. And then we also have some other holiday events coming up, if you don't mind me giving quick plugs.
Go ahead.
So the following weekend, on the 11th, we are having our tree lighting celebration at Glasgow Park. That's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And so we're going to be doing a tree lighting, kind of a lot of the same thing. So if some reason we haven't convinced you to come all the way up to Rockwood, if you kind of live a little bit more Middletown way, come to Glasgow. And again, Santa will be there, refreshments, music, choirs, caroling. It's actually going to be a kind of a newly open portion of the park, which is over by the Bank Barn Complex. So come on out to that. And then the following Saturday on the 12th is Meet Santa and His Pony at Carousel Park. That's a really fun, very quirky
Really
event. I love that one. Again, free photos with Santa, hay rides, music, crafts, lots of fun. Come out and meet all the new animals in the kids' corral and enjoy the holiday season. So we have a lot going on.
Absolutely.
If I could just add,
Sure.
we're very fortunate that we have such great assets of our county parks. And for those of us that are kids or kids at heart, this is a great opportunity to make yourself feel as if you're back 100 years and enjoying the same sorts of traditions that we all enjoyed with our grandparents or parents. So I invite you all to come, whether it's Rockwood or Glasgow or Carousel, come and enjoy our county parks at this time of year.
Absolutely.
And both those events are free, so all the events are free.
Now, is there anything that you'd like to add today before we wrap up?
Well, we could either sing or just wrap up.
He's going to make me sing.
Let's sing after the event.
Okay, very good.
Not a good idea. Okay.
Thanks so much for coming today,
Thanks
and
for
I look
hosting.
forward to it.
And we'll have the big Twas the Night Before Christmas 3 times.
Yep.
We'll be ready. 3
Yep,
times.
yep.
All right. We're
Absolutely.
looking forward to that.
So for kids of all ages, hope to see you there.
Please keep it tuned to NCC TV. We'll be right back after this short break, and we'll talk about the county's famous holiday open house at Rockwood with County Executive Tom Gordon. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome to NCC TV. I'm Melody Kitchen, the host of Spotlight on Newcastle County. On behalf of the crew, I would like to thank you for watching Newcastle County Television, the premier channel for local content in Northern Delaware. County Executive Tom Gordon has created NCC TV in its current form for you, the residents of Newcastle County, and all of the state of Delaware as a public service. We are now entering the holiday season, which is one of County Executive Gordon's favorite times of the year. With the holiday season, NCC TV will be doing features on the Wilmington J.C.'s Christmas Parade, which occurs at 11 a.m. Saturday, November 28th on Market Street. The holiday open house and tree lighting at Rockwood Museum and Park, which begins at 6 p.m. Friday, December 4th, and continues at 6 p.m. Saturday, December 5th, and 1 p.m. Sunday, December 6th. That same weekend, the annual Claymont Christmas Parade is scheduled for 10 a.m. Saturday, December 5th, along Philadelphia Pike. The following weekend proves to be busy as well, as the tree lighting at Glasgow Park, complete with Santa Claus, returns beginning at 5 p.m. Friday, December 11th.
The increasingly popular Santa's Pony Photo Op at Carousel Park follows from noon to 4 p.m. Saturday, December 12th, and the Ellesmere Holiday Parade is scheduled for 2 p.m. Sunday, December 13th. NCC TV plans to preview these events and provide coverage of them as well. In sum, we are looking forward to bringing the holiday season to you. For County Executive Tom Gordon, Executive Producer Jim McDonald, Director Tony Prado, and all of the NCC TV crew, thank you for watching, and please stay tuned to your local channel. This is Melody Kitchen. Take care.
Oh, Christmas tree, such pleasure do you bring me.
Thank you so much for staying tuned to NCC TV. We're here with County Executive Tom Gordon to discuss the open house. Thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome.
So one of the things that I wanted to discuss with you is how the open house has grown so much in the past, a little more than a decade that it's been taking place. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
I think it becomes an enchanted place at Christmas time or during the holidays. And it's a tremendous place for families to come and see Santa Claus and see the beautiful lights and all the other holiday events that take place at the carriage house and at the beautiful museum.
Right.
And the lights are spectacular every year, and they were last century.
Yeah.
And it's just a great addition that we wish more people would, in the city and the county, make use of to come out. It's free, so
Right.
they should come enjoy it and go back in time.
And that's one of the things that we discussed previously was that it really does, explore so many of the, bits of Americana, the things that people really enjoy about the holiday season. And I know that you, along with our other two council members that were here today, read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas every year. And how's that experience been for you?
Well, the children love it, and I think I pretty much got it memorized. It's great to see the young children all sit around that beautiful mansion
Yeah.
and wait for Christmas to come or the holidays to come and hear about the night before Christmas in a place that 160 years ago it was still going on. It was probably being read there 160 years ago. And it's great to go back in time, and as I said, it's almost magical what takes place there. Little elves running around and
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, and sometimes the Grinch is there.
Sometimes.
I played the Grinch one year, didn't go real well. But it's just a lot of fun, and it's a half a block out of the city of Wilmington, and everybody needs to come.
Yeah, it can really create the Christmas feeling for maybe those that don't have the ability to do that at home.
It's just magnificent the way the trees are lit up and all the work that the people at the community services and special services did, the county employees,
Right.
making that a beautiful place to be this time of year. And they all want to see the citizens come out and enjoy the park for whatever time they can spend. There's hot chocolate, there's cookies, and
Music.
great music, and great fellowship,
Well-
and singing. I haven't heard yet what the agenda is.
They will have
Caroling.
lots of carol. They'll have
Just
so much music.
just imagine 1850. At this time of year, it was still going on there.
Yeah. Well, I know that it's going to be a beautiful event, and I thank you for coming in and reading to all the kids, and I thank you for coming in and interviewing with me today.
And we're going to have two of our council people from the area reading, Councilman
Yep.
John Cordier and Bob Weiner, and that's always entertaining. And I'm sure everybody wants to hear Bob singing.
Yeah,
Not,
I'm sure
but
you will.
We're going to
That'd
have
be
fun.
great.
We're going to have fun with it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today, and I'll see you there.
Yes, you will. Thank you.
Well, that wraps up today's edition of Spotlight on Newcastle County. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please keep it tuned to NCC TV for news and information on Newcastle County. For County Executive Tom Gordon, Executive Producer Jim McDonald, Director Tony Prado, and NCC TV crew members Josue Ortega, Steve Berg, Lisa Lancaster, and George Casson, this is Melody Kitchen. Thank you for watching. Take care.
North Pole rock and roll.